6 minutes. Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? Yo, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's. Jesus Christ, man, y'all are quick as shit. Y'all got, like, notifications turned on or something? Holy cow. Yo, Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. Holy shit, someone called me on my first name basis. Happy New Year's, Ishad. Oh. That's my alarm because I always forget to play Pompeii. And then start my stream like a minute late. About to join Pompeii Master. There you go. Okay. You have mom. Oh, nice. Look at all you guys with notifications on. You guys are so sweet. What do you think about the new Beast event? I have my reservations. I think it's just too much at once, honestly. I'm kind of in the same book. Where is... Hold on, let me check and see if... Yo, sorry, I was just reading something. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. I just realized I have so many messages on Discord. I guess I did not realize I had quite a few messages on Discord that came through last night. I apologize. We have a temp merge coming up for Island Raid, and I had quite a few messages come in about it, so I apologize. Kind of distracted there for a minute. Huh? What's up?
I'm washing this.
Oh, nice. Okay, bring that to your bed. I'll be out there in a bit. Fun. Little one's still sick. I can't stay next for too long. I have my final interview on Friday. I cannot get sick before that. Let's see. Let me catch up on your guys' comments. Let me know if you're playing AC-18. Oh, wrong one. Ah! Keep pressing. Too many buttons now, man. I don't really know who we're playing. Enemy has a 36 losing streak. Holy cow. Who should I get on the roulette? I only have Miyamoto. Who is there on? I would probably get Bodalla. Mitchell. Yo, what up, Rox? How's it going, buddy? Yeah. Good luck, Rox, and Pompeii. Aren't you playing Pompeii too, I think? Yo, thanks. Yeah, they'll have numbers, but that just means that we kind of have stronger players. I think ABZ's in this one as well, so... Oh, goodness. I hate the fact that that button is there now. Oh, shit, ABZ is not online. Yo, hold on, I gotta call ABZ. Yo. Pompeii. Alliance, Pompeii. Oh, snap. I should probably, boost up a bit here. Like I need purple expansions, but... Hopefully ABZ comes online. Okay, let's see. We want to get 7 bills somehow. Oh, you did 13 ECC. I got you. Oh, shit. Okay, what up, Rox? I see you. 59N. Ah, good luck. Apes Leader's disgusting. VGRB. I don't think I've ever heard of these guys. DHX Mad Freya. ABZ. Pompeii. Pompeii. I'm trying to just keep spamming until he gets online. One, 5, 3. I'll take care of her. Come on, ABZ, you got this shit. Glow from Region 16. This? Oh. Who this? 150. 140. They got some hitters. They got 200 to 170. Okay, I may actually need to, I don't know, we'll see. Okay. Glow is the enemy. Is my enemy the one who is 36 losing streak and 37 after Pompeii? Is ABZ online? Is our enemy strong? They have numbers and they have a few hitters. Yeah, they have numbers and then they have a few stronger players. But no, ABZ isn't online. He's also had some family stuff going on. I'm trying to get a hold of him. Oh, there's ABZ. Okay, cool. Wow, they're going to have numbers here for sure. Why did we skip this? Hello? Mad Freya's on this side. Okay, so it's just going to be a coin flip, I think, for this zombie. Looks like it's probably going to go in their favor. We'll see. Okay, let me target the zombie boss. Hello? Okay, we got it. Got it. We got our side. That's good. That's all that matters. How's the rally going? Rally's going. Now we're out. Family's doing well, thank you. Oh, yep, yep. Turn up the game volume. Oh, sure. Sorry. Yeah, let me do that. Turn it up a bit. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. You tell me if it gets too loud, alright? Kind of just sitting here tanking everybody, huh? Look at this. In case you want to know why I use a tank rally, here you go. I don't need to hear the duck squad. I'm saying, man. What do I have with him? Okay. Oops. Oh, okay. No, I mean, like, Eddie Thunder is, like, one thing, but, like, Bodalla Stella is a whole nother. Bodalla Stella has a shit ton of damage compared to Eddie Thunder, though. Like, they actually gave, like, a viable tank rally, is what I'm saying. No, it's kind of just for distraction. I'll reset the rally again. Like, they've wasted so many troops on this already from just trying to swarm this thing. Their lower power ones have. So. I'm just gonna re-rally it. Do I like? Fuck no, I do not like the current update. Hell to the no, I do not like the current update. Not even remotely close. No, I think the new update is stupid. I was gonna find my comment. If you go to the Discord, if you go to the official Discord and search for my name and go to messages and go to the update section of the official Discord, like the V whatever update feedback section. What is it? It's V138 feedback. If you go there and search for my name, you'll see like the comment that I left about feedback. Yeah, no, I think it's stupid. No, I need people to fill my rally. Please. I actually kind of want to keep that report, though. I'll take a look at that in a minute. Even being swarmed. Jesus. I'm assuming that was there. Yeah, Mad Freya. That was really good. And that was a counter rally. Huh. We'll have to take a look at that because I want to see how the beasts show up in the counter rally or in the rally report. Will I do a video about the beast later? Maybe a video about how much I hate it. I don't know. Maybe. It just, I don't know, man. I'm so sick and tired of making videos about like new content because it's just like there's like new content every week. It seems like now. It's so dumb, man. I don't know. Like it's so monotonous and draining that like it seems like every 30 days now you have to put out like new content about some brand new mechanic or new building and stuff they have to do. Like survivors, like it's armaments, then it's garages, then it's survivors, then it's now like beasts. Like, can we just have, can we just have a few months to where people can actually just like learn the mechanics that you've brought out? I don't know. Like, it just kind of seems like rushed. Most players haven't even figured out survivors yet. Have any of you had a chance to get your survivors to a place where you would say that like you're ahead on survivors? Like, have whales even gotten their survivors like way up? And here we are with beasts already. So I don't know. I don't know. Yo, Happy New Year's, Brooke. Who do I pair Bodalla with? Field-wise, rally-wise, like, field-wise, you have a lot of options. Field-wise, you can do, field-wise, you can do, like, Bianca. You could do Marco. You could do anybody with Bodalla. Let me just put it like that. You could do anybody with Bodalla, and you'd be totally fine. I'll put it like that. I'm just going to keep rallying their helipad even if it doesn't get full. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, I probably could. Like, you could probably see from, like, the videos that, like, some of the other people have pushed out. Like, even, like, Panda, I think, he was apologizing in, like, his comments, like, how he was confused on how some of the stuff worked. And how, like, he had to basically say, like, oh, we'll have to wait and see how the new stuff works with the hero, like, once they come out. And I think I've kind of mentioned that in my, like, as a comment, either in my videos or my live streams. Like, I don't really push content until, like, I know for a fact of how something works. Like, I don't like making a video and then being like, oh, but we'll know when we know. Like, you know how I work, Rocks. Like, we've known each other long enough. I won't make content on something until I know for a fact of how something works. Like, that's just how I am. And so you won't see me make a video on something until I know for a fact that something works some way, right? So, once I have the new heroes and see how they work and know how they work and know if something's broken or not broken and stuff, then I'll make a video on it. Same thing with the beast stuff. Once I've had a chance to like play around with it and whatnot, then I'll make a video. Dude, like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna take my Bodalla merch with me. Bodalla and... Let's bring Bodalla Eddie, I think, for now. Caution on your squad, beasts aren't pre-registered even if they don't. Yeah, no, I know. I was going to set that up, but that was one thing I forgot to do, and I planned on doing it, which is why I started my stream early, but then I got distracted with those messages, yeah. I just saw that, actually, as I was going to resend my marches out after the bio. Funny you just said that. I just noticed that, so... Yeah, I'll set those up here in a minute after I send my marches back after these zombies before I go to Biolab again. I actually just saw that, but thank you. Like I said, I literally just saw that as well. How much damage is reduced by 1% damage reduction when compared to 1,000 factor shield? So I mean, you got to think about it, right? Like, shield factor is just straight, you're not taking damage, right? Damage reduction, like, that's your defense. That can come from, like, your block. Like, there's a lot of factors between the two. Like, that's kind of just like apples to oranges. What, baby? Okay, but go get your water, please. You can't go anywhere without your water. Go get your water. Leave your iPad there. Go get your water. In terms of, like, damage reduction, I mean, 1% damage reduction if you take 10,000 damage is what, 100? And 1% of 100,000 damage is 1,000, but 1,000 shield is 1,000 shield. No, that's not true, because 1,000 shield factor is based on your defense. Shield factor comes from your defense. So the higher your defense, the higher the shield is. So again, it's kind of apples to oranges. The higher that your defense is, the higher that a shield health is. But damage reduction is a factor that comes from your block. It comes from your defense. It comes from your flat damage reduction. It comes from your skill damage reduction, basic attack damage reduction. It's a lot of different factors. So it's kind of hard to say it's kind of hard to draw a line across basically and say that this correlates to that basically, because they're two very different numbers. Yeah, I know that, like, when you do that, it, like, deselects or it highlights some or de-highlights some and stuff. It's kind of just, for me, like, force a habit. I know what you're talking about, Rox. You bring it up every single time, and trust me, like, I'm more than aware of it. It's just bad behavior, man. It's at this point, man, it's literally just bad behavior. It's just, I've played like that for 2 years, and it's just one of those bad habits to break, man. I trust me, I know. When I'm under pressure of, like, fighting and stuff, or, like, trying to look over at this screen and read chat, and then recognize, like, oh, my beasts aren't registered and stuff, or remembering, like, oh, I'm getting messages on Discord and I can see the notifications popping up on my third screen off to my right, or I'm trying to keep track of, oh, do we need to go to Biolab, do we need to kill zombies, are they marching on us and stuff. Yeah, I just default to bad habits, man. So it's one of those habits I'll probably eventually break, but it's probably not going to be anytime soon. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, if you do it right, the ones that aren't selected go gray or whatever with still a check mark, and then the ones that are selected, you know, are still highlighted. I know what you're talking about. I've done it a few times because I've tried to correct it from when you told me about it a few times before, and trust me, I've gotten it to work. I know what you're talking about. It's just, yeah, I've like I said, I default to bad habits. Yeah, man, I'm a fucking boomer, man. What can I say? When under pressure, man, bad habits. Bad habits. Oh, these guys are going to take our helipad. Okay. Well, if she wants to 5 march there, then I'm gonna 5 march this way. That's fine. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here. Can I? Garrison, you, garrison, you. Go here, you. Okay. Let's take these guys just one at a time here. I'm just gonna mop troops. Gotta prep for bio. For infantry rally, what made you lead with Bodalla instead of Stella? I can show you. I can show you specifically if you give me one moment, alright? Give me 1 second, please. Bio beasts are so confusing for so many things. I agree 100%. That's right. Swarm the tanks, peeps. Swarm the tanks. Oh my god, they all just come out like ants. Okay. That's fine. Just send me back and we'll just set up bio. Tears playing is insane. Me just playing 30 days already faced 200 times my open region already makes me crazy. I agree. That's been an issue ever since. I mean, I started the game 2 years ago. We all complained that the migration issue, or that the migration system has been broken and been an issue since the dawn of time. I feel bad for new players like yourself. I wish they would have fixed it from the start. Unfortunately, they just kind of chose not to listen to the community. I apologize that you have to go through that. Yo, Happy New Year's, Daniel. My thoughts on the new heroes. They're everything that infantry should have gotten, but didn't get. I think the Stella release was disappointing. I think Bodalla was a lot more impressive of a release than Stella was. I think that what's his name? Ethan is insane with his full transcendence. It's like extremely tuned on his stats. but I'm kind of just holding out and hoping that infantry gets a garrison like that sometime soon. Not that it really matters. It's not like I'm going to be spending and getting it, so. But who knows? We'll see. Good for range, though. Yeah, my Bodalla is tanky as hell. Alright, well, we got the bio. That's all that matters. I kept them distracted the whole time. They were so busy swarming my marches. We walked away with the bio, which is all we needed. Okay, mission accomplished. So, oh, okay. So, by the way, Blaze, what made me lead with Bodalla instead of Stella? So, with Stella, you obviously get the siege tree, but there isn't anything that really stands out here except for maybe this one, basic attacks, increasing, having a 10% chance to increase damage, but that's a chance base and it's only 10%. I'm not really a fan of that. And you really only get the reducing of the counter damage, and when they're swarming you, everybody's swarming with basic attack damage instead of counter damage, so that really doesn't do too much. So you don't really get too much of a benefit there. However, there is one thing that you do get a benefit of, which is here. So in skillful firepower, increasing the skill damage of 7.5% for 6 seconds after you use the skill. If you lead with Stella, Bodalla doesn't actually deal skill damage with his rage skill. This is shield factor. So, however, Stella does. She does deal skill damage with its showtime, along with final performance if final performance triggers during the 6 seconds after. So if you lead with Bodalla and he procs his shield from his rage skill, immediately after, he's going to deal 7.5% more damage with a skill. So he's going to proc his shield, bonus skill damage is going to trigger. She's going to deal skill damage here, which is going to deal additional damage from that talent. And then during that extra 6 seconds, this is also going to deal bonus damage. So that is why. It's just basically that you're giving Stella bonus damage. And thank you, by the way, Rox. I'm going to get this fixed now. Actually, this should go to you. Let's save that preset. I have a 6mm set that I also have the armaments on. I've tuned for Garrison, and then ABZ, our other ranged player in the Alliance. We have the exact same power on our range sets, and we're both set up to where we can rally field or Garrison with our range sets, so we'll both be able to do it. So, yeah, thanks, Rox. Yeah, no worries at all, Blaze. I am looking forward to Ethan, though. I probably won't get his, I won't go for his Transcendence weapon, because I don't necessarily need just, like, I'm going to miss out on a little bit of damage and a little bit of, stacks, I guess, from his, what is it? I'm going to miss out on the basic attack portion and then stacks of gunfire. I can't spend because of my daughter's stuff right now. I'm not in a place that I want to spend, or, yeah, I just really don't want to spend right now. For the death casket portion. However, I can use the other stuff. And yeah, I'm going to kind of miss out on that Transcendence piece, but maybe over time. Later on, down the road. He'll still be good to pair, just like to lead with Louis. Or I'm sorry, to put secondary to Louis, regardless. Yep, we just gotta take the zombie. As long as we take the zombie boss, then we'll be fine. Take zombie boss, we secure last bio. We'll be good. I think even if we take zombie bosses here, if we could take both zombie bosses, then we should be fine regardless. Yo, what's up, Frankie? How's it going, buddy? Yeah. I know we talked about that. Infantry doesn't have that yet. I'm assuming because we've now had 2 infantry siege heroes in a row, between Stella being infantry siege skills and then before it Eddie being infantry siege as well. Infantry siege defense. I mean, according to the path, like, we have to have a garrison next, right? Like, there's no chance we don't, I'm assuming. If I was to guess, right? Right, Rox? Like, you would probably assume the same thing, right? That'd be a safe bet. Oops. Who am I missing? Sophie's stats are too much. I think Louis will over as a pair more. I don't think I'm going to use Sophie. Actually, I might be surprised if I even get Sophie at all. That's what I'm saying, Rox. Oh, yeah. No, I know. That's true. I'll have to take a look at that Excel sheet that Brandon and I have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to get Sophie at all. Like, Sophie for me will be good in field. But I don't know if I'm going to get Sophie at all. Probably won't happen. I know Sophie is roulette, but even being a roulette hero, like, I think I'd rather pump all my relics into Ethan, and then, especially like if I plan on getting Transcendent Ethan later on, because fully Transcended Ethan has ridiculously better stats than untranscended Ethan, and more so than that, if this is the direction they're going with, like how strong heroes will be, I can only imagine what infantry will look like later. Like, I'd rather just save up now, skip Rider, and then just get the next infantry one, like, fully prepared for that. I have no resources. They are such a pain. You gotta have farm accounts, buddy, man. Like, 2025, man. If you're not rocking farm accounts, it's a pain right now. It is a pain. I agree with you, though. Ever since they, when we had Dark Seal, Island Raid, and Archipelago Raid, I learned my lesson. I was like, I gotta have farm accounts. Like, and then when they doubled the events, cut the rewards in half, that was especially then where I was like, okay, I'm not even getting enough rewards out of this to make this, like, feasible. I definitely need farm accounts. But I will get Ethan because I think that Louis, especially if you have the Louis skin, Louis leading Ethan in Garrison is going to be disgusting. Yeah, Louis with the skin leading Ethan will be a very good Garrison pair. If you have Victor, I think that'll be a really good pair as well. Jacob could be potentially good as well. I think there's going to be a lot of flexibility with Ethan, is what I'm getting at. I'm not sold on Sophie. I'm not saying that she's bad. I'm just saying that what I'm saying is that Ethan stands out to me as a clear, decisive choice. Sophie has too much room for, and maybe it's just her wording, too much room for question on her effectiveness. Where maybe it's because a lot of his benefit comes from base stats and clear skill damage and such. Ethan has, like, clear decisiveness in his impact. I would 100% start making your farm as soon as possible, brother. I made the mistake of waiting until I was about 100 mil before making my first farm account, and I wish more than anything that I had made my farm sooner. The sooner that you make your farm, the less time you'll have to put into it later on. Just passively make it, like, as you go along. especially like if you're at a lower power, because then it's just like you can just it's so low effort. Um, yeah, very low time consumption as well. Yo, what's up, Blue? New heroes. I was kind of just highlighting that. I think that Ethan's dope. I think that Sophie is not as dope. I think that she's. Let me change that. I think that Sophie's probably good. But they serve two different purposes and two different roles. I think that Ethan is a clear, amazing choice for Garrison. I think that Sophie is a solid choice for Field. Maybe a good choice for Garrison as well. I think that Sophie has a really good first skill. This increase in skill damage taken is really cool. I just have questions about her other skills. Let me take you out. Let me put you in. The new accounts have about half the construction time. Oh, wow. I guess I haven't really made a new account in a while. So that's pretty cool. Got way too easy matchup. That's pretty cool. Walk this way. I'm getting swarmed up here. Let him chase me down a bit. There we go. Make him work for it. Oh, my back hurts. Uh-oh. Their helipad captured? Oh, it's because ABZ's way over here, huh? Yeah, I see that. Oh, I'm just, like, not targeting anything. What am I doing? Might be helpful. Oh, yeah, please target my Marco, because now I'm just going to target you back. The team you are facing seems to have strong players. Why are they far behind? Strategy. Execution on strategy. They spent a lot of time focusing. So, like, I mean, we've been playing as a team for quite a bit. This lower bracket team that we have. And, I mean, they kind of know, like, what our strategy is. Coronet, our guy that is from OXO, that facilitates it. He's really good at communicating what our strategy is. And make sure that everybody's on page on what we need to do and where we need to be. And because I have a tank rally, I can usually distract the enemy team fairly well for quite a bit, which usually can secure us either the first bio or their helipad. If they opt to go for the bio instead of the helipad early, so if they decide to give up helipad and go for the bio, then what they end up risking is that I will then swarm their lower power players and remove all of their lower power players' troops from their base. which then makes it to where for future zombies, so the second and third encounters of zombies that there are, or second and third encounters for the bio, what ends up happening is that they don't have the support of the lower powered troops at the bio. And so usually when we go into these matchups, they may have 6-10 more players than we do. But if 10 minutes into the event, I have removed, 6 or 7 of their players, all of their troops from their base, then all of a sudden they've lost that player advantage, and we still have strong players on our side. And then we kind of just repeat that process until we have kind of outplayed them at that point. This game at the end of the day, whether you're playing Archipelago Raid, Island Raid, Genesis War, Pompeii, doesn't matter what it is, you have to remember that this game is a game of attrition, right? It doesn't matter how strong you are. It doesn't matter how hard you hit. It doesn't matter any of those factors. The only thing that matters is how long can you outlast your enemy. You can hit somebody all day long and beat them, but if they can come back and keep sending troops onto the field and outlast you, they've won. Oh, I feel that special. We had a 13 win streak, and then we matched SSI and lost it, and then we got a 13 or 14 win streak again, and then got SSI again, and then lost it, and then we were like, okay, we're just going to split our team in half so we don't get SSI again. I'm going to call it sick. That's a good song. I love your song.
That's a song I know.
That is a song, What is that song?
Do you know?
I don't know. What is that? I don't think I know that song. That's a great song, though. No, I do know Ilaw, though, Blue, but no, there is no correlation.
It has these words. It's from Blue Einstein.
Oh, shit. Oh. Minnie Z, need to say hi. Hey, come here, baby. Come here. Sit on my lap real quick. She's sick, guys, so I apologize. Can you say hey, everybody? Can you say hi? Just say hi. Just say hi. Can you say hi? Into the mic. Right here. Just say hi. Hello? Hello? Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? Just say hi. Are you shy? There's nobody looking at you. Just say hi. Okay. Well, now she's being shy. Okay. What? Oh, yeah. She's shy as shit. It usually works better if there's somebody on the other end. If I'm on Discord with some of my buddies and she has the headphones on and she hears somebody say hi, she'll say hi back. But if there's nobody on the other end, she's probably just like, what the hell is going on? I think she was like trying to see if she was talking to somebody. Because yeah, like when I'm playing on Discord with some of my buddies, she'll put the headset on and then they'll be like, hey, Ambry. And then she'll be like, hi. But yeah, I think it's just because there's nobody on the other end. She was just confused. What's up, baby?
This is the tune of the words of the song.
That's a good tune. I appreciate you guys. Let me see. Ethan transcended awaken first skill. Panda says Ethan's skill explains poorly. Okay, so the thing with Panda is he actually messaged me on Discord, I think right after he, or maybe not right after, but a few hours after he posted that video and asked if I could explain to him Ethan or Sophie. I think maybe it was Sophie. He was asking for some help on explaining that because he was confused. So I was kind of helping him on that. But yeah, no, I mean, it's not as confusing as it sounds. So, okay, so the Ethan skill, I'm just going to tell you what I think it really is because I think that we've seen it with Stella. So with Ethan, his stacks, some people have said, I think that they were like, oh, it's going to stack up to 30% attack and stay there. I don't think it's going to do that at all. I think that what it is that Transcended with Ethan, or sorry, not Transcended, but Awakened. Awakened, when Ethan gets 30 stacks, he's going to clear it and he deals damage, right? We've seen that, but it doesn't say what happens when he's not Awakened. When he's not Awakened, I firmly believe that it's just going to go to 30 stacks and reset, and you're just not going to deal damage. Without being Awakened, you're just going to get to 30 stacks. Every 10%, you're going to get bonus attack like it says you're going to, but you're just not going to deal damage. At 30 stacks, it's just going to clear them. We already see that with Stella, where she gets basic attack damage reduction every stack. It stacks up to 10 times. Every single stack reduces basic attack damage by 4%, and then it clears. So we already see something that clears, or where something stacks a certain amount of times, and with every stack that they get, or X amount of stacks that they get a damage reduction, or they get a buff of some kind, and then at a certain time it just resets. So I think that that's what's going to happen, is that it's going to stack up to 30 times. Before he's Awakened, it'll stack to 30. Every 10, you're going to get the bonus attack, and then at 30, it's just going to clear. After he's Awakened, when it resets at 30, you're just going to happen to deal damage at that point. Blue, so it does have the chat in the replays. What it is that it usually takes 24 to 48 hours. YouTube does a thing, Blue, where they review the video and the VOD itself for copyright before they allow monetization on it. And they also do what is it called? Closed captioning auto generation. So they apply, I think it's like 140 auto generated closed captions and annotations that you can apply to, or that they automatically apply to the video, which takes 24 to 48 hours also. So if you come back to the live streams and watch the VODs, then you should be able to see the live stream chat on the right side. And anybody should be able to auto-translate the closed captions, and all that should be enabled. You should be able to see that. But it does take, I think, 24 to 48 hours before you're able to see that stuff. Yeah, no worries. I was confused myself because I had the same question, and I actually submitted a ticket on that at one point because I was like, hey, why is it on some of my videos I can see it and some videos I couldn't? And they're like, do you happen to be watching older videos versus newer videos? And I was like, well, yeah. And they're like, oh, it's because it, especially on longer live streams and stuff, it can take longer for that render process or review process, basically. They just have to make sure that there's like no copyright content in there. Especially if since my YouTube account is beyond 1,000 subscribers, the videos do get ads placed on them, but the videos themselves have to get reviewed before the ads get placed or whatever have you. Yeah, IGG has always been poor with their wording, unfortunately, with the heroes and stuff. What do I think the new range heroes can beat? Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so I mean that again, it's kind of apples to oranges, right? Because we don't really have heroes currently. Like again, this is kind of just like the new heroes don't like. They're like, well, do you think that the new heroes replace old heroes or beat the old heroes? Yes and no, because like for example, Julia and Bard, Lynn. Well, yeah, Julia, Bard, Lynn, Chun. These are all heroes that are either field or rally heroes. And so they're not, they're not Ethan. Ethan is pure Garrison. So they're not meant to beat him per se. Ethan is meant to be Garrison. Bard is meant to be Rally. Julia is meant to be Rally or Field. Those kinds of things. So I think they all serve their own purposes. And I think that Ethan will do well. Jacob is Garrison, but I don't think that he was ever in a really good place. Or in a great place, or maybe he just didn't have a good pair. Now with Ethan coming out, I think that Jacob will have a chance to shine, or a chance to come to the forefront with a good pair. I think now we're going to have a chance with Ethan to see if Louis is a better pair, or if Jacob is a better pair, or if, for example, Victor is just the better default. So, there's some unanswered questions there, but I don't think that it's necessarily to say, like, oh, this is a replacement, but more so it's just an opportunity that's being presented that we haven't had before, now that Ethan is coming to the forefront. With Sophie, kind of a similar situation. I don't think that she's there to replace anybody. Maybe she's there to replace, like, Chun, for example, but again, we kind of saw that where Chun replaced Nakano. And that's just simply because of time, where over time you're just going to have, after 18 months, Chun is going to be replaced by a brand new hero. But I don't think that it would be irrational to say that, like, Sophie is just going to outright replace, say, Julia, or outright replace Lynn, for example. I think that their kits may complement each other, or they may do well with each other. But I also think that we're going to see, some pairs that maybe do well with each other that may be surprising. Sophie may do well with Marco. Sophie may do well with Bianca. But again, a lot of these questions aren't answered, and this is also one of the reasons why I wasn't quick to jump the gun to just automatically put out a review of the heroes 10 minutes after they came out. Like, I'm not throwing content creators under the bus here like other content creators, because I feel like, when you bring out new heroes that bring out new mechanics and stuff, I feel like it takes kind of some time to analyze that. Again, I'm an analyst by trade. I like to analyze things first before I just put stuff out. And so when people are like, hey, how come you haven't done a video on this? It's simply because I like to study it. I want to know who I think they're going to pair well with. What kind of, potential pairs and stuff do they bring to the forefront? I like to ask the questions that are going to get asked down the road that you as other players like myself are going to ask as well, and see if maybe we can come up with answers with those before we put the video out, instead of just saying, oh, hey, here's the hero, and here's me reading the same stuff that you guys can read. So, I don't know, that's just my take on it. I think your stream really helps for newbies like me. Can you tell me what time you usually stream? Is it random time or a few events like Pompeii? So the events like Pompeii are obviously the scheduled ones. The actual events like Archipelago Raid, Genesis War, and those types of things. Those ones. So I'm in the United States, so you'll generally probably see me stream somewhere around reset. So 0 UTC is usually when I would probably start streaming, to somewhere around like 6 UTC. That's probably like the best time you'll catch me streaming on a weekday. On weekends, it could be, I could be streaming anytime between 14 UTC to, actually really, I could stream 24/7. Honestly, I wouldn't really mind. I don't sleep. But I'm going to try to take avenues to get better at notifications of when I will be streaming. I'm actually going to be probably setting up a stream Discord, a Discord of my own, and inviting everybody from the YouTube to go to the Discord and stuff, and I'll send out like stream notifications and stuff. I'll run polls and that kind of stuff, so it can be a little bit more interactive for the YouTube community. Which heroes can replace Thunder for Garrison? Raigoro, Riven. That's going to be your... In terms of infantry, Raigoro Riven is just your default. Why is ABZ for one of his marches using Riven and Miyamoto together? He doesn't really use infantry all too much, so he doesn't have many infantry heroes awakened. He does, however, have Raigoro and Riven for his one infantry pair, because the one infantry set that he does have is garrisoned. And then he does have Miyamoto from Roulette. So I think it's just because he only has, I think, like Miyamoto and Riven has 2 of his infantries that are awakened, and he may have like a dut. But he's a ranged main, so I think he has like all ranged heroes awakened, and then he only has a couple infantry. Yeah, so he has like a dut, and then he has like Miyamoto, but I don't think he has many other infantry other than that. I appreciate that, Don. I didn't even see. Oh, I got 1.1. Okay, yes. I mean, ABZ pretty much neck and neck. Hey, drink your water, baby, please. I will not be going to G1 as Garrison. Nope. Doesn't matter how many times you ask, buddy. I will not be going to G1 anymore. I think I've made that clear. Yeah, no. Once I get the Discord going, guys, I will promote it in the descriptions of the videos. I will promote it in the live streams. I'll post it as a message on YouTube. You guys will know. I'll make it clear. I'll make it obvious that it's been made and that kind of a thing. I want to make it more transparent and more obvious. It's going to be a bit of a time commitment. I wanted to do it a few days ago, but like I said, my daughter came down with strep throat. And so it's just been a rough few days. I think I've probably got like 6 hours of sleep in the last 3 days. Because of it. It's been brutal for her, poor girl. So yeah, once I have some time, I'll definitely do that. I appreciate it, Ken. Thanks, everyone. I thought there were some questions. Hold on. Got any tips for free to play? Start at least a farm or two as soon as you can, as early as you can. You're gonna need it. IGG has a history, and they're already going back to it of creating a ton of events back to back to back. Just expect that to not change for a while. Just expect back to back events. I would say, yeah, like I said, just start a farm ASAP. And save your diamonds. If there's anything you're gonna spend diamonds on, the only thing that you should be spending diamonds on is your where's it at? Your alliance center. Your alliance center, in order to upgrade it, you need those certain marks, whatever have you, that you get from hive minds. But you get them really, really slow. So save your diamonds, because you're gonna need those if you're gonna want to upgrade your base at any actual like reasonable pace. I mean, other than that, just make sure you're in an alliance that has a reasonable amount of players in them. Like when you're growing your account, you don't want to be in an alliance that's kind of setting you back just because there's not that many players in it. Down the road, you can kind of focus more on the community aspect and making really good friends and stuff. And if you want to do that early, you can. But if you really want to enjoy the game itself, because of the pace that IGG is unfortunately set with the game of them releasing new content like every 30 days, you really need to kind of just snowball through the early game. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, for sure. She is the priority. ROK's beating my ass. Thanks. Let's see. I haven't really done too much with survivors, man, honestly. I can show you for sure. I haven't really done too much with them. I don't really know what's considered a lot or what isn't a lot. I haven't spent any money on survivors, I'll tell you that much right now. This is all from events or rewards or whatever. I have not spent a single dollar on survivors. I am completely free to play on survivors. Yo, what's up, hi guy? Have you ever played with or against Jazzy from same alliance? Maybe. Make a video on the new pets? Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't done much with survivors at all, man. Yeah, yeah. And I think because for a while there, I was potentially going to be selling my account too. Um, I didn't really play, and then I had the shingles stuff. I just didn't play for like 3 weeks as well. Like there was like 2 or 3 events I sat out of, so I think I probably missed out on like 100 draws as well. So I think I probably and I don't have good luck in that shit. Oh, the pick in my base. Yeah, I made this the minute that I think I did this when IGG first when me and Brain reported that Jacob and Jonathan weren't working, and then we submitted proof, and IGG was like, "You don't know what you're talking about. They're working properly." And we were like, "No, we have proof that it's not working. Here you go." And they're like, "No, it's working properly." And we're like, we can literally show you, like, it's right here. It's not working. And they basically just said it is working in 6 different ways. And then we made a video to YouTube basically telling the community that it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh yeah, we see it's not working. We'll get it fixed." And then we got 300 diamonds for it. This picture got into my base because that's how I feel about IGG. Yo, what's up, Frankie? 313 JSL Alliance. Let me see. I can tell you. I'm not too familiar with names. I'm more familiar with Jazzy UK. Yes, I have. I remember Jazzy UK 123. Yes, I do. I do know Jazzy. What alliance were they originally from? Awaken Bodalla now, or wait until next infantry TC to awaken both Bianca and Bodalla? I mean, if it honestly, I'm probably just in the boat that, like, if it makes sense for you, like, if you can get a reward for something now that you're chasing, just do it now. But if you're chasing, like, if there's no reward for you as a player to do it now, then just wait until there is a reward for you to get it later. Like, it's all about efficiency in this game. They're going to push so much content and stuff down your throat that you might as well just get as much of it for free as you can. ANCS, that's what it is. Okay, thanks, Rox. Then, yeah, I remember them. I do know Jazzy UK for sure. And yes, me and Rox have fought against Jazzy for sure. How much does it cost for one Ace Survivor? Is it worth to get one? Isn't it like $500 or something like that? I personally, like, I don't think it's worth it. Well, actually, maybe the auto gatherer is, now that they've fixed the auto gathering. That one could be worth it for you as a player. But I mean, I don't have it. It originally used to be Duff with Jessica. Wait, Duff as in like Region 7 Duff? Wait, Callum, are you talking about Duff in Region 7? Because I was in Region 7 in Duff. I started in Region 23, and then I went to Region 7. I went to, oh, God, what was the name of that alliance? I can't remember what it was, but yeah. I went to Duff. Duff was the third alliance I went to. I think we went to Duff in, like, I think we were probably like 4 months into the game. And then a few months after that, we went to Region 6. Yeah, they're in Region... Hold on, I can tell you what region they are in. They're in Region 268 now. See, I'm in the Duff leader chat. I used to be in Duff. I ain't lying. They're in 268 now. Siren, that used to be my old R5. I used to co-lead with her. She's dope. Everyone's going through some shit. Hey, if you're going through some shit, let me know. we can make it work, we make it work. I just picked up quite a few people this last week, actually. Hold on. Got quite a few players. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. Don't go anywhere. I just need to step into the other room real quick and approve this. Give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, I'm not joking around. Like my thing says right here. If you check the wall, I have changed it to say that we are recruiting now. It used to say that we were not recruiting, but I am recruiting now.
Every new white cheese?
Yeah, I can cook you some food. We actually just finished, baby. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to close this out, okay? And then I'm going to cook some food as well. 161. Let me check and see if this is someone I need to be bringing over. Oh, this is PHX. Is this from... What's that? Loose nut, yeah. Cool. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 sec, guys. We're starting to have people come over from for the merger for Island Raid. Give me 1 sec. Just gotta sort this out real quick. Need to drop. No, we should be good there. Actually, yeah, probably don't need to have any of the farms this go round. Because we're doing a 3-way merger for Island Raid. So let's just take all these out. Oops. Whoops. And then, where did they go? Right there. Okay, sorry, let me go back to chat here. You didn't see which skill to transcend first. For me, to Stella, I use more of her on the field than H and B, but I do use smaller alliances. The first skill, still great. So I actually, no, I didn't do the first skill either, because I was going to use her on Garrison. So I would do the second one if you're going to use her on field. Because for one, let me go to the Transcendent side real quick. What was it called? Oops, sorry. Battle Dance, I think it's called. Yeah, let me check. So 32%. So you get the 10% attack, but the main reason is that you get the 20% higher counter attack chance, and that to me is like the biggest jump, because other than the fact that you get like the I mean, it's up to you, right? So you could either take the 30% more HP, which could be big, And I would say like you could go one of two ways with that. You can either take the 30% more HP, which I would say is equally valuable. Like the 30% HP is huge. However, a big part of her kit, right, is the fact that she deals a crap ton of damage when she's attacked because of this final performance skill, right? And one misconception about Stella and the way that percentage chances work is that players will look at a 50% chance when they see this and they go, okay, counterattacks have a 50% chance to grant 1 stack of War Will. And they say, okay, I didn't get it this second. I have a 100% chance to get it next second. And that's not the case. What happens is that every single second in combat, you have to think of it as that you're flipping a coin. And think of it as like, okay, if I flip heads, I'm going to get a stack of War Will. If I flip tails, I'm not going to. So I flip it this second, I got tails, I don't get it. I flip it next second, I get tails, I don't get it. I flip it next second, I get tails, I don't get it. That kind of thing, right? So even when it's transcended, you could go 3 or 4 seconds of not getting it. So when it's not transcended, it's at 30%. When it is transcended, it's at 50% chance. So if it's not transcended, this final performance, even when you're getting swarmed, you could just not be proccing this like ever. And you could just not be dealing damage. So to me, you're missing on a huge portion of her kit in terms of like damage that you're looking for by not having this at like 50%. That 30 to 50% chance is a huge difference in damage. Like to me, this enables this is what I'm getting at. Like you really don't get final performance without this being at 50%. So you either get more survivability or you take this to enable this is what I'm saying. And that's up to you. That's the way I look at it, Rocks. If Bodalla is 5525 for skills and Marco is 5515, do you think it would still be viable for field battle? I think so, yes. 5525, 5525. Five. Wait, hold on. Bodalla 5515. Yeah, I would say it's viable because the reason why I would say that is that this right here, you're only reducing the travel speed, and then yeah, the damage portion of it, it's only a 10% less, but like the shield factor, it's the same reason why I take the shield portion, or why some people take the shield portion in the garrison talent tree. Where is it? Why some people will take 1 point in this protective shield portion when you're garrisoning with Raigoro is that it doesn't matter with Raigoro what the health of the shield is. If you take a 250 health shield or a 25,000 health shield, the shield, you get an increase of damage. It's the same thing with Bodalla. You get a 6.5% damage reduction anytime a shield is active. So with Marco, even though the shield is only 1,000 shield factor, not 3,300, you're still going to proc Bodalla's 6.5% damage reduction here. So 5515 Marco would still work with Bodalla in that case. So yes, I would say that's still viable, Richard. With being free to play, what's best field pairs for infantry? I mean, it with free to play or pay to play, I mean, it's going to be the same pairs regardless. I guess it just kind of depends what your availability is, but across the board, it's going to be Bodalla. Like, it's just going to be a combination of Bodalla, Miyamoto, Adut, Eddie, or I'm sorry, yeah, Bodalla, Miyamoto, Eddie, Adut. Those are going to be like your main four. Marco's going to be out of your obtainability, basically. But then you can throw like a Tom in there. It's going to be hard to get, but Bianca down the road. Charlie is another one that you can throw into there because he regenerates rage and can hit multiple enemies at once. Robert is on the roulette, so he's also a little bit more viable for you. That kind of thing, so... Yo, Happy New Year's, Rocks. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, man. Good night, Special. Wow. I just realized, hi guy, that says Don PM me. I read that as don't PM me. So I was like, damn, hi guy, all he wanted to do was join your alliance. The exclamation point looked like a T from here. I thought that said don't PM me. I was like, damn. Oh shit, okay, sorry. Sorry. Let's do this. No, that's on me. Share your recommendation for shelter garrison heroes. Whatever your strongest armament set is, Tut. So if you have infantry, if you have an infantry armament set, I would run a like a Riven. Or you could run like a Thunder, I guess, but probably more like a Riven. But then a Victor. Basically, every hero I'm going to show you, the secondary is going to be a Victor. Victor is your best base garrison hero. If you have a leader garrison set, great. If not, he's going to be your secondary, and then your first hero is just going to be whatever your best, strongest armament set is. If you have a ranged armament set, Louis or Jacob. Infantry is going to be your Rivens or your Thunders. Maybe Bodallas now. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tested that yet. And then with Riders, your Chaseys. Kind of look at your lineup for Arena. Am I not doing that? I could do that, Callum, if you want. Is this you, Callum? Yeah, I could do that if you want, real quick. Yeah, I could do that real quick if you guys want me to. If you guys want me to review your guys' stuff, I got some time. I could do a couple of them. I am hungry. It's like 1:30, so I'm gonna make some food here in a minute for me and the little one. But I got time for probably like three or four accounts if you guys have them real quick. They're only a couple minutes each. What's up, baby?
I actually did have something to eat.
I know. The rice is still cooking. That's why I have time to do this real quick. I think there's like 10 minutes left on the rice. Yo, Happy New Year's, buddy. Hey, GG's in Pompeii, by the way, man. Wait, Mars, that's you, right? I'm not mistaken, right? That's you from that's you from our Pompeii team, right? This is you, right? From our Pompeii team? Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. You asked Hi Guy what region he's in? Come on, man. That should have been obvious. Smoke the weed. Smoke the seed. Let me see. Are you Jinxed? Are you in the stream right now? Not Jinxed. Are you in the stream? Oh, you are. Oh my god. I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry. Bigger. Okay. I appreciate that. For example, this is how I set my talent trees and help others who are in similar range of theirs. I tend to avoid the change or avoid the chance-based talent points. Yep. And do the chance-based skills in the end. I would class myself an average player with the average budget and my approach not right. Okay, let's take a look. I'm the exact same way. I avoid the chance-based stuff myself. Typically. Let me ask you this, though, first. Well, actually, I might be able to answer my own question. Okay, I need to stop clicking that too many times. I mean, everything looks good here. Everything looks good here, too. Let me just make sure. This is for field battle, correct? Share your best survivors and share what you think about the survivors. Wake, bake, bang, and brawl. That's our motto. Yeah, Jinx. This is for field battle, correct? You're a dut. Yo, happy New Year's, Emil. Emil. If this is for field battle, first off, you're okay. So your armaments are like dead on. First off, it's great. You're great on the attack part. 40% is wonderful. You make up for the 20% defense by having 600 block, which is amazing. You've got some travel speed in there, which is going to complement it well. The talent side of things are good as also. I know you don't like taking the chance-based stuff, which I don't either. The one thing that I will say to this is that 2% squad basic attack damage is going to be very minimal in your reports. You're not going to see... This is going to be very, 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 very marginal, right? Unless you're using somebody like, say, Chasey, which obviously this isn't on the rider talent tree, so you're not going to really see it all at all either. What I would recommend here is that since you're using this in field and you're using this on a movement speed march, I would actually recommend putting the 4 points over here for the I know that you don't like using the chance based stuff, but this is and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I would put it over here on this side of things is because since this is so marginal at 2%, it's not a chance-based percentage to take less damage or something like that, which requires you to be taking damage or whatever have you, or here, same thing, you need to be taking damage in order for this to proc or to benefit. You need to be taking damage in order for this to proc. This is more on the offensive. And so since you're a movement speed based march, this march is likely going to be more at the forward or at the head of your pack of your 5 marches, right? So you have to think of it. You have 5 marches in the field. Like let's say you're running an Adut and a Miyamoto, so this is at the front of your marches because they're one of your faster ones. You also have the 9% movement or 10% movement speed here. So again, you're at the front of the pack. So if you take this talent, right? So if you were to take this 1.5% and dump it in here to get the extra 6% movement speed, or even take one additional point from this and make it 9%, you could do that if you want, or just dump all 4 into here. What you could end up doing is that while you're stuck to the enemy march because you're so fast, you could have a 10% chance during, like while you're stuck to them, since you're sticky, you're fast, to slow them down and then make it to where your other slower marches can also then catch up, which then makes it to where that enemy march is, instead of just getting hit by 1 march, is now getting hit by 3, 4, or 5 of your marches at once, which then makes it to where your Adut is now taking less damage because now the damage is spread out to 4 or 5 of your marches. The enemy march is taking more damage from all of your marches at once. You're taking better trades because, again, the damage is spread out to more of them. The enemy march is getting wiped because, again, instead of getting hit by 1 march, it's getting hit by 4 or 5. It just works more in your favor. I like the speed cut one being one of the actual chance-based one on a fast march, like an Adut, Miyamoto, Bodalla, that kind of thing, just simply because if you're putting it on a faster march, then your slower marches, like your range marches or your eddy marches or one of your slower infantry marches, can then catch up, help absorb some of that damage and spread it out, keep your other marches healthier and more alive. And again, you know, it just makes it to where you put less troops in your hospital faster and you have more of a chance to send that enemy march home. So that's the one recommendation I would do, just simply because 2% squad basic attack damage is so marginal. If it was 2% per point and this was like, say, 8%, that would be one thing. But since it's only a very small amount, I would say move it over to this, because 20% movement speed is a huge reduction. That's double the amount that you have from your armaments already. And then you could actually even take an additional 6% instead of 1.5% attack from here. That's what I would recommend. I'll think about it, Rashawn. I haven't had a chance to dive into it myself. I kind of spoke about this earlier. As an analyst, I have to analyze everything to its fullest first. I don't like making videos about something I don't understand. It's too new for me. I am always going to be the last person in the room to make a video. But that is why I have the reputation I have on this channel of being the person that people go to that has the most information on my videos. The reason for that is not because I rush and push videos out early. I'm not here to farm views. I'm not here to farm subscribers. I'm not here to be the guy that puts the video out first, the fastest, any of that. I don't care about subscribers. Not about you guys as subscribers. I'm saying I don't care about getting a ton of subscribers by being the first guy to put a video out. All I care about is educating you guys as viewers. In my mind, if you as viewers and fellow players of this game are educated on the game and understand the game to its fullest, then the more you know about the game that you're playing, the more enjoyment you will have. And in order for me to put out quality content, I need to understand what I'm putting out as well. For me, it's quality over quantity. So I need to take time, utilize the pets, go through it, understand it for a while as well. Then once I understand it to the fullest and understand how to utilize it and understand how to tailor it, optimize it, that kind of a thing, then I can take that knowledge that I have and share that to you. But if I just go into it and just say, oh, hey, here's its released and here's that, whatever, I'm just as new to it as you are. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not doing anything to educate you as a player if I don't have any knowledge or information to educate you with. I haven't done my job. So it would kind of go against the whole purpose of my channel and reputation that I've built on this channel to just push content out the day that something comes out is what I'm getting at. No, not necessarily. You really don't need to take the damage reduction talent points. The damage reduction talent points are really only good if you are on like a garrison type march. I take it because my Bodalla, when I rally into something like you see in Pompeii, I rally into that tower or into the helipad and then it converts into a garrison itself. So I need that damage reduction after the fact, or they swarm the rally, so I need that damage reduction as well. But in the field itself, you really don't need it. Or you really, it's not something that you need to kind of depend on. If anything, you can go more offensive and increase your skill damage if you want, or I would say that you're more inclined, especially on the infantry side, to just take more travel speed since infantry is so slow. I'm not saying that there's a problem with it either. I think that there is a niche and a need for the initial deep dives of the content as it comes out, because IGG has a huge disparity between content that they push out and the initial knowledge and understanding. They have a very poor reputation of pushing content out with minimal information in terms of here's this brand new hero, here's these new mechanics, and there's no information on what it does. I think that it takes a certain niche of content creators to say, hey, here's the initial definitions of what this new mechanic is, what these heroes are, and a first glance at it. And then there's the select fews that are nerds that like to go to the second layer of things and explain it a bit further. But I think that what you guys do is equally, if not more important. I just kind of answer the deeper questions that once everybody's kind of had a chance to play with it around a bit and they're like, okay, hey, I've had a chance to use this, I've used it for a bit, I like it, I like what I have, or I have it now, how do I optimize this? That's kind of where I get involved. I think we just kind of serve two different purposes, but I think everybody kind of has their place, and I think that's why the community works so well together. What's up, baby?
When is the lifestyle be done?
The rice should be done in, I think, 4 minutes. Oh, Callum. Okay, here we go. Stream. Infantry main. Only got Miyamoto Awaken. Free to play. Want to know what to improve. Any tips? As hard because I don't spend. And field fighter. Normally 4 infantry, 1 rider. 3 infantry on field. Heavily wounded. Oh, yeah. Nope, no problem at all. I get that completely. I can see it already. Rally attack. Where are you? Okay, so that one's going to get re-rolled, obviously, but you already know that because it's green. You probably just unlocked that slot. Other than that, it's in a good place. Attack is good. 40% attack, 20% defense is solid. 300. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that at all. That is right where it needs to be. Talents are good. Good. Let's look at the hero side. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this at all, Callum. Like, for being a free-to-play player, like, you've already nailed it on the head in terms of being in the right headspace. I mean, I'm extremely surprised because a lot of free-to-play players kind of just almost, not to say they all do, but I see more times than not where they kind of just throw a dart at the dartboard and hope it sticks. But you clearly have a sense of direction of where you're going and what you're building. And you can see that in what you're building. I can see that you focused basically on this armament set, I'm sure, with like your hones and stuff, so I'm not going to critique the other ones. But with your hero pairings, you're doing well. Tanks. If you wanted to switch it up a bit here, what you could do... Well, no, this is fine. Let me see. Yeah, this is fine. This is good. Yeah, no, this is good, Callum. I would say you're right where you need to be. Drink water, please. Drink water. Sorry, just making sure the little one got what she needs. I have a video on my Doomsday spreadsheet, but I'm not really a YouTuber. Although I make. Yeah, Doomsday spreadsheet. Your previous live stream must watch for macro or Marco decreases HP. So you're reducing the troop count in the squad. It's just okay. So, how am I going to explain this? I mean, I think this probably would be the best way to do it. It's just a visual. Let's go to Old Faithful. All right, Old Faithful. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Old Faithful. HP bar. Okay. What do I want here? So this is your HP bar, right? And your question, let me just pull this back up. Charlie and Alex is still viable in arena as support for defense T5 players. Yeah, what I was going to comment, so I was going to make a comment about his pairings and stuff, but I didn't want to emphasize it just being strictly arena because, like, you can make arguments to say, like, Charlie and Rigoro and such might have better for, like, rage regen, and then his Martin and Tom would have better healing and such. Or Martin and his Thunder would have better healing because of Martin's increase for healing and whatnot. But I didn't want to make it strictly arena because that doesn't necessarily apply as much in the field, so I didn't really give that critique. But for the Z quad, so your question is, like, what is the relationship between troop count and HP? So the HP that he is reducing is that each one of your squads has an HP bar, right? And when an enemy is basically like hitting your march, you have to think that they are, and actually maybe I could just go back to this and solid fill. They are essentially like beating up on your HP bar and, oh, oops, let me take that back. and they're taking it down like this, right? So like here's your HP bar, and they're just chipping away at it. What essentially that Marco is doing, like if you can think of this, like if you can think of this whole bar like being your initial HP bar, and this is your enemy like beating you down, and they're taking down this HP and stuff. All Marco is doing is that he's essentially like going up to your troops and making it to where he's like, hey, this part of your HP bar doesn't exist. So if this is your full HP bar when you go into a fight, what happens is that once this, like, if you can think of this as like, I'm trying to make this like make sense. This is one troop out of your 326,000 or whatever in your march. When you take damage, when that HP bar of your troop gets to 0, that one troop is either going to go lightly wounded or heavily wounded and sent to your hospital or dead, right? And in this case here, what Marco is doing is saying, hey, this part of your HP bar, or 42% of it, doesn't exist. So now, instead of needing to take this much damage in order to go to the hospital or become lightly wounded or dead, you only need to make it to here. So now, once Marco has reduced your HP, once your troop has taken this much damage, they will now instead be lightly wounded, heavily wounded, or dead, instead of needing to go all the way down to here. That trigger rate happens here instead of happening here. The relationship between troop count, there isn't necessarily too much of like a relationship of troop count. Troop count is more related in terms of like your overall damage. Like it's like a multiplier in terms of like scale and stuff. Like if your skill does like X amount of damage and you have 242,000 troops or whatever have you, it's going to do X amount of damage times 242,000 basically, with some other numbers in the factor and stuff, and then that's going to be like your final damage. Does this make sense though? I can explain it better if I need to, but I'm hopefully this is making sense. I'm trying to explain it in a way that's like visual to make it to where like the light bulbs connect. And this connects in my brain, but I hopefully like this does for you guys as well. Does it, like, who was it? The Z quad? Does that make sense though? Because I know that you asked this question earlier as well, and I know that you just copy and pasted this question. I apologize, I missed it the first time. I think you asked during Pompeii. Have I looked at Ethan at all, or are you waiting because he's actually released? There isn't really too much confusion on the wording. Are you confused on the wording part? What you mean? It is making sense. Thanks. Okay, yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, it's just like I can't get like it'd be so much easier if I could give you like a number in a numerical sense. Like if you've played like an MMO, for example, I could explain it from like an MMO sense. Like if you've played an MMO, right? Like you have like your health bar and your mana bar, and it's like, oh, hey, like you have say you have 1,000 health on your HP bar, right? And you go into a fight, you're taking damage, or whatever, and that 1,000 health is going down. And as soon as your 1,000 health goes down to 0 health, you're just dead. It would be like taking that 1,000 health bar that you have. Marco comes up and says, hey, I'm taking 420 of that health and just taking it away. And now all of a sudden your max health, instead of being 1,000, is only what he takes away 400 or 42%. Now all of a sudden you only have 680 is your max health. Your max health on your health bar was 1,000, but now your health bar, when you look at the top left of your screen, is 680. You still have a full health bar. Your health hasn't gone down, but your health bar is sitting at full, but your max health now says 680 is the best way to put it. Psycho. Okay, well if there's anything else that I can if there's anything else I can do to make the other 3 light bulbs come on like a Christmas light, let me know. His gunfire charge has no limit until he's awake. No, there is. There is. So we have the exact same mechanic on Stella. We have the exact same mechanic on Stella. So it's not worded, but if it does not stack unlimited, all right? Like IGG isn't dumb. They just didn't word it properly. What we do have is a mechanic where it's going to clear, it's just not going to deal damage until it's awakened, basically. So with Stella, with War Will, every stack of War Will that we get a basic damage reduction of 4%. At 10 stacks, it's at 40%, right? Then if we go down here to this other effect, at 10 stacks, it clears War Will, meaning that we lose that 40% of basic attack damage, right? Or basic attack damage reduction. So in this sense here, it's the same relationship, right? It's going to stack to 30 stacks, where you're going to get 10 stacks, or I'm sorry, you're going to get 10% attack every 10 stacks. It's going to stack to 30 because it's already mentioned down here in the last in the awakened skill. That's the max stacks it's going to get. The only difference is that it's not, when it clears, when awakened, it's going to deal damage. When not awakened, it's just going to clear. So you're going to get 10% attack every 10 stacks until you have 30% attack. It's going to clear once you have 30% attack. And when you're awakened, once it clears, it's going to deal this damage with 30% bonus attack, and then it's going to reset. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Let me switch screens. I'm sorry. Boom. There you go. So, let me re-explain. Stella. War Will. Right here. Or, I'm sorry. Battle Dance. Each stack of War Will reduces basic attack damage by 4%. Stacks it to 10 times. Right here. When having 10 or more War Will stacks, clears all War Will stacks. So, this speaks to this. Down here, this speaks to this, right? You just kind of have to keep that relationship in mind, where one skill speaks to another. So this skill, for every 10 stacks of gunfire gained, increases ranged squad attack by 10%. That's half of the skill. The other half is here, where at 30 stacks of gunfire, removes all gunfire stacks to deal up to damage to up to 3 enemies. So you know that half of the skill basically is that it's going to clear at 30 stacks. The other half of the skill is that at every 10 stacks, you're going to get 10% attack. So we know that it peaks at 30 and that it's going to clear, and that at every 10 stacks, you're going to get 10% attack. The difference is that once it's fully awakened, you're going to deal damage. When it's not awakened, you're just going to get the attack. Correct. Until it's awakened, you're just going to get 10% attack every 10 stacks. Once awakened, you're going to deal damage. How do I have the town of Bodalla? Like this. If I wasn't rallying with Bodalla, I would probably take the 5 points out of here, put 3 into here, put 2 into here. Because I think that's the same. Yeah. 2 into here, 3 into here. And take 5 out of here. Maybe not, because that's actually still pretty solid and would probably help his shield. Is Battle Dance the best skill to get first? Battle Dance is the best one to, yeah. In terms of like yes, and in terms of transcendence, 2 or 3. Either one of those are equally viable. You either take 30% HP for survivability, or here as well. But no, I think that like these two, like, I think if you read too far into it, it can get confusing. But if you just like take it for what it is, their skills actually aren't all that confusing at all. Panda reached out yesterday, and I explained them to him, and I think he understands them now. But they're really not too confusing if you don't read too far into it and you kind of just go into it with the mindset that IGG does kind of leave out a lot of details. But if you go into it with a mindset of like the behavior that IGG has already taken on previously released heroes, then it's fairly easy to understand. I don't use Stella in the field, even fully transcended. I usually kind of stay away from it, simply because like this half of it requires you to be in a rally, and then, well, really 2/3 of it. Half requires you to be in a rally. This portion increases your counter damage, meaning you need to be attacked. 2/3 of it requires you to be attacked for counter attacks. Half of it requires you to be in a rally. All of these war wills require you to be attacked. And then here, counter damage requires you to be attacked. So really, her whole kit requires you to be attacked. I would rather be offensive than defensive. Ethan Awakened Transcendent gets 4 involved. What are we talking about? Dealing damage to 4 enemies. Is that what you're talking about? So I think what you're looking at. Yes. Well, no, kind of. So it still deals damage to 3 people even when transcended. However, if you're garrisoned, it deals it up to 4. I think what it's emphasizing is that you're still getting him just as effective while transcended in the field. It's just the transcended portion is emphasizing him as a garrison hero. No. Correct. So not transcended, still 3. Transcended, still 3. It's just that they're emphasizing his garrison portion of it. They want him in garrison, so it gives him a bonus to take or to deal damage to the extra hero, basically. Like they want you to stick him in garrison with this hero. It's kind of like with Stella, right? So like with Stella, I can't even do it, so let me go here. Where if rallying, the chance increases to 100%. So if rallying, it's like 40%, 100%. Like it still forces you to do stuff. So where is it here? So it gains a chance to, where is it? Is it the first one? Yeah, first one here, and gains a shield. But if rallying, like it's still required. Like it's not like you just gain a shield. Like it's still in a rally. Like it forces you. Like what they're doing is they're forcing you to play these things like in the roles that they're destined to be in. Like I don't gain this shield if rallying, then I gain this shield. Same thing down here. While transcended, if in garrison, it's going to attack one more enemy. Is what I'm getting at. That was the portion I was looking for Stella. Sorry, not this. Oops, not this transcended portion, but the transcended portion of the first skill. Is that the transcended portion? Yeah. Yeah. If rallying, then you get this shield, which complements someone like Eddie, right? Where on a shield pop, it reduces the HP. So if she gets that shield while rallying with Eddie, that shield is going to pop and it's going to reduce HP. So it's like this whole like dynamic basically that you create. It forces her to be in a rally to get that complement of the shield. That then complements her using somebody like Eddie, where she gets the shield because she's in a rally. You use her with Eddie for this awakened skill. Like it's all a dynamic that they create. But yeah. Any other last minute things? Anybody wants any questions answered to and stuff? I know there was a lot of confusion around this. This honestly isn't really that confusing at all. In my mind, at least. This was the one that Panda had a lot of questions on, but I thought it was pretty straightforward. Yeah, I've heard about black demons. I don't know why there's so much emphasis and talk about black demons. Like, there were so many whales like that back when I started. What's up, baby?
I want this blanket to be
Huh?
cozy.
It is cozy. Are you using the blanket? Yeah, you can use that blanket. It's fine.
I was too dirty for it.
No, it's just that for the first few days that you were sick, you couldn't use that blanket because you were throwing up. So you couldn't use that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
But when I don't go up, I
He has been uploading his account too fast. No, not really. I mean, I started in Region 23. We had a player named Knight. He was spending $10,000 a week on his account for the first 3 months. He had, so T6 unlocked. So it was actually funny. Like, you couldn't even get T6, like, right off the bat in the region that we were in. Like, it didn't release in the region until a few weeks in. And when it did release, I think it was like 15 minutes after release, he had already unlocked T6 and had all the T6. Like, you think the whales are crazy now? Like, again, you should have been there when like Hans and all these other whales that you see today, when those accounts were first being created. Like, these are just those same players. Everyone is so like their jaws on the floor with people like Black Demons. Like, these are the same players that have already been around. There was that one player, is it like Archimedes or whatever? I'm pretty sure that's the account that Hans is on now. Hans's account isn't even Hans's original account. Hans's original account is, I don't think many people know this, unless you've been around for a long time. Hans's original account is Pompeii. This is Hans's original account. Hans's account that he's on right now is an account. This isn't Hans's original account. It was a player. It was another whale that was probably twice as crazy as Black Demons. There was a guy named, I think it was Archimedes, who gave his account to Hans, and then Hans gave his account to Poppy. What would I run in squads with a Dut Miyamoto, Eddie, Robert, Tom Awakened? I would probably run five five two Robert Tom. You know, honestly, I would say you could probably just run a Dut Miyamoto, Robert Tom, and then just run a Bodalla Tom, or I'm sorry, a Dut Miyamoto, Robert Tom, Bodalla Eddie. Yeah, I would probably just run it like that. What combo is best for rallies? Eddie Stella, Bodalla Stella, or Marco Stella? I think it's kind of situational, depending on what your armament setup looks like. Like Marco Stella is really good for like dealing damage and reducing like the enemy HP and stuff. Like it's more of like a debuff type march that does like high damage and whatnot. But it also takes a lot of damage at the same time because it doesn't have like a lot of base stats. Like I personally use Bodalla Stella because you can take a lot of damage and deal damage at the same time, but Bodalla just keeps her so healthy. Eddie Stella does really well as well because of the HP debuff and the high counter damage, and the high stats. Like I would say like Eddie Stella or Bodalla Stella is really good. Marco Stella does well because your second and third rallies will be dealing so much damage to the enemy, but just be prepared for your rally to be taking so much damage against itself. But I would say that like I wouldn't say that like any of those are better than the other. I'd just say that each of those are situational. Marco Stella would probably be the best if you have an insanely destructive second and third. Like if you have a really good second and third rally that's going to hit that tower that's like a ranged and a rider, or two ranged marchers or rallies or whatever have you. They're just insanely destructive and you just want them to have absolutely insane trades. Send a Marco Stella at that tower, or like a Marco Eddie, or like a Marco Eddie that has like double HP reduction, or a Marco Bodalla. Or a Bodalla Marco at that tower. It needs to be more like it needs to be more just strategic, really. Like it needs to serve a purpose. Huh?
I'm watching the Unknown.
Oh, that's great. Thanks again for your review tips on the D3 account. I'm focusing field and I'm committed to only all entry, so how it goes. Yeah, no worries, Frankie. Anytime during that process, man. If you need help at all, let me know. Hey, can I get a gift card for Google Play, please? I want it so bad. No. Sorry. 10K is just insane, man. Congrats. Wait, what? What's 10K? Wait. What was 10K? What did I miss? This is your back in my day moment. Yeah, I mean, I started in Region 23. What are we at now? 704. 704 is the latest region. I started in Region 23 and got kicked out by this region. This alliance here booted everybody out. This guy hated my guts. And actually, we're friends now. We've actually been friends for a while. But this guy hated my guts. But yeah. Long story to that one. But but yeah, he single-handed this. You could actually attribute probably the reason why Region 23 died was this alliance. Well, actually, I'm not going to say this alliance killed Region 23. The old members of this alliance killed Region 23. All the members that killed Region 23 are no longer play, but it was this alliance name basically. It was all the old players. But if anybody knows, oh God, Mr. Specie, what region is BTW from? Is it not 12? Is it 11? Where's Mr. Specie in these days? I don't even remember what region, what region Mr. Specie's in. But Mr. Specie, if you know him, he's extremely strong as well. Me and him started in Region 23 together. He's a super strong whale as well. What are you saying? Oh, yes, sorry. No, yes, in Region 23, there was a player named Knight, SMHS Knight, and he was spending $10,000 a week on his account. And he, like, pretty much burned all of the players single-handedly in the region. Yeah, he single-handedly pretty much just burned every single alliance in the region and kicked them all out. And yeah, that was when I migrated all of the players in our alliance to Region 7. And yeah, the rest is history. SSI, okay. What region is SSI now? Or yeah, what region is SSI? Do I have any on my friends list? Let me see. I think I do, because I think I have... Oh no, I had to remove. I used to have quite a few SSI members on my friends list until I left, or I stopped playing in G1 because I needed room for events, and then I keep all my OG members, the ones that you see that don't have alliances on them. Those are like my OG Region 23 members and stuff. Like I don't remove them. That's like a thing for me. I'll always keep them on my friends list. Specie should be in 11 still. Okay. Yeah, me and him started in 23 together. A lot of them are in X War, huh? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of history with me and Specie. Anyways. Yep. Hub. Anyways. Anything else? Anything else that you want to... Marco and Bianca gave a lot of buff to several squads. Right, or am I wrong? Because I also have seen that duo, which DHX, UOD, and ROK players. So the reason why Marco and Bianca is used is not because of the buff per se. The reason why you want to use Marco and Bianca is because Marco does not benefit your other marches, or really doesn't benefit you at all unless he's targeted, right? Like, he does reduce rage, but your rage skills require 1,000 rage, except for this new one here that requires 900. But that's a different story. Requires 1,000 rage. So really removing 80 rage isn't much at all. Reducing travel speed and damage by 16% and 35 is okay. You know, that's decent. 27% attack, 22 move speed is all right, and the heal factors, it's okay. But really, you're using Marco for the fact that you're reducing the HP of your enemies by 47%. So really, almost half of the HP, right, that we talked about earlier. Like, this is why you're using Marco, and so you need him to get targeted. This will not proc on your enemies unless he is targeted. So what do? You stick somebody with Marco that is appealing for your enemies to get hit. And what is appealing for your enemies to hit? Ranged marches and buff marches. And smart people, especially in the upper Gs, like you said, ROK, UOD, DHX, they go for Bianca. Why? Because she increases the attack and defense of 5 marches by 42 and 42% respectively. Attack and defense for 5 marches for 4 seconds, and gives them 60 rage, which is pretty much almost the exact amount of rage that Marco's reducing anyways. So they all target Bianca marches. So what happens? You put Bianca behind Marco. You're fighting in the field. You see a march. You see Marco, but then you see a Bianca profile pic pop, or a Bianca picture pop up. You target the Bianca picture, and all of a sudden you're targeting the Marco. Now that Marco is effective, because Marco is now reducing the HP of 5 marches nearby, because you're trying to target the Bianca. So that is why they are that's why they're putting Bianca behind Marco, is because when you target the Bianca, that's why I have it in my march. When you target the Bianca, you're targeting the Marco. Is Pooh from ROK still playing? I didn't see him for a while and changed his name. So Pooh has it's his business stuff that he's working on. He has personal matters that he is attending to. His account is in SSI currently. What region is SSI again? I can never remember. It's like 180 something or whatever. It's not 184. What is it? It's in the 180 somethings. Yeah, there it is. 194. Oh, whoops. 194. That's what it is. Not 184. 194. Poodle's account is this one right here. I think is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. No. Here it is. There, Chungha. This one. This is Poodle's account. This is Poodle's account. Ugh. Poodle should be back, though. According to what I have heard, at least from what I know, Poodle sold, quote unquote, sold his account on contingencies and should be back sometime soon. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I've heard through the grapevine based on the people that I know and the people I talk to. But this is his account.
Done?
Yo.
Are you done with it?
Yeah.
What's the name of the day?
All right, fam. I think that that about wraps it up. I think I've had the little one wait long enough. The rice has been done for about 10-15 minutes now, so I'm gonna go head out and do that. Appreciate y'all being here. This island raid is gonna be one for the books. You guys should all be able to. Yo, what up, Negan? So I have some questions about honing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If you want to do that real quick, Josh, let's do that real quick. What you got? The little one still has 2 muffins left that she's munching on. What you got? Hit me with it. If we can hit the questions in like 3 or 4 minutes, you got it. If it's gonna take longer than that, hit me with a DM. You make the call, buddy. But what I was saying real quick while you're typing that, this island raid, we are merging with PHX and with VIP. So we got Blaze and a few others. And then from the PHX side, we have, where's my boy? Lethal Viking and them. They'll be joining as well. So we'll be in the upper, I think we'll be at like 8 bill, 9 bill, something like that. So this will be an eventful island raid for sure. So I'll definitely be streaming. It'll be one of the events that I anticipate will be a lot more eventful than the ones that I have been in. So I have not been streaming Island Raid and Genesis War and stuff because, like I told you guys, if it's eventful, I will stream. If it's not eventful, I won't stream. And I can usually tell if it's eventful off the bat pretty early. I kind of rotate. I've used like ChatGPT for my profile pic before. What is the other one that I use? Hold on, let me check. Let me check 1 sec. That's a good question. Deepai.org is the other one that I use. Blue. What the? Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries at all, Josh. Just send me a message, man. You know where to find me. Region 164. Yep. Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's, Hi Guy. Happy New Year's, Blue. Everyone else. Negan, good to see you. Sorry you dropped in at the end here, buddy. Yeah. Hope you all have a good one. I will see you guys soon. See you guys in Island Raid. When the heck is registration? Should be coming up, right? Yeah, registration. And then matching. So, yeah, this weekend you guys should see the... we should have some streams coming up, so... Well, gods, I'll see you soon enough. All right, guys. We'll talk